French has spread to different countries, but it's also spread within French borders as well, wiping out languages that used to be spoken by almost half the population. For instance, in the south of France, there's a language called Occitan, which has been gradually losing speakers to French. You can kind of think of Romance languages like Spanish, French, and Italian as just points on a big spectrum of Romance dialects. So dialects close to each other on the spectrum can understand each other well, and dialects farther away can't. But these national languages have grown so much that the spectrum isn't as smooth anymore. But you can think of Occitan as more of a territory on that Romance dialect map, since it's not as standardized as the other varieties. And that territory includes dialects spoken in southern France and northern Italy and Spain. But it does have some unifying features, and it's cool because it shares different features with different Romance languages. So its words for the and its verbs kind of look like Spanish, and then it has nasal vowels like French, and so it's kind of like an intermediate Romance language, but technically that's how all Romance languages are if you just give different reference points. Occitan was actually one of the first Romance languages to be written down, since before that everybody would just write in the Romance language's ancestor language, Latin. But in the 1500s, it began losing political prestige to the dialects from northern France, which were becoming centralized into the French language. But it was still able to maintain a large base of speakers for a while. So for instance, in 1860, 40% of French people spoke Occitan. But those numbers have been dramatically reduced in recent years to potentially less than 1% of the French population. But of course, there are those who are fighting back with revitalization efforts. Do you know some Occitan? If so, what's been your experience with it?